Hi guys, welcome to June's wrap up. So much for those 5 stars at the beginning of the month. Hi guys. So boom, today is June 14th, I believe. It is. Today's the 14th, almost the middle of the month, and I haven't started this video yet, and I finished quite a few books. The first one being The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I gave this book 5 stars. Guys, I was literally obsessed. It's something about the teenagers like solving crime type situation that I love. Like, I ate it down. I read it super fast. It had to be like in a day or two. I love that book with all my being. Right now I'm reading Killer Instinct, so hopefully I'll finish that before the end of the month. But girl, The Naturals, if you haven't read it, maybe you should think about reading it because I really enjoyed it. Definite 5 stars. Have to read more Jennifer Lynn Barnes books. I want to get into Inheritance Games, so we'll see. I'll get into that sometime this year, but almost said all in. The Naturals, which is the first book of the Natural series, and I loved it. I loved all the characters. I loved the plot. I don't know. And the plot twist was plot twist for me because I definitely did not expect what happened to happen, but it happened nonetheless. And yeah, so we read The Naturals. I loved it. If you're thinking about reading it, you should maybe read it. The second book I read this month was this beauty right here, freaking Crossroads by Devney Perry. This came out, I believe, on the 4th of this month, and it came in the mail on the 6th, and I was done with it on the 7th. I was obsessed. I loved every second of this book. This was also a 5 read for me. 5 stars. So pretty good month so far, even though I haven't read too much. This was a 5 star for me. I loved every second. Devney Perry does it for me every time. I love her so much, and Devney Perry we trust, okay? I will read every single book she writes. I will buy every single book she writes. I love Devney Perry so much, and the second I received this, I had to put the other books I was reading on hold and read this bad boy right here because just something about Devney Perry, like, I had to read it, and it was completely worth it because it was 5 stars. I loved every second. I loved Indy. I loved West. I loved the parents. I loved everything about this book. And I'm debating whether I should read it again, but I don't want to read it twice in June because then it'll be like I read this 2 times. But I'm heavily thinking about reading it again very, very soon because I love this book. We annotated her. She's so beautiful. The tabs are purple. The cover's purple. I love everything about this book, and I will be buying the next book in this series. This is the first book of a new series for Devney Perry, and she absolutely came out with a banger. Love it. Definitely will be buying the second one, which I believe comes out in September. If you're thinking about reading this, please read it. I love Devney Perry so much. Like, if anything, do it for me. I love her so much. I don't think anybody understands. I love her writing, her characters, the storylines. I love everything. The Eden series was an absolute hit for me, and so was this. Oh my gosh. Can't say enough good things about that book. I loved The Crossroads so much, and I don't think anybody understands how much I loved it. But enough rambling about The Crossroads, because after The Crossroads, I read Project Hail Mary, which, y'all, is kind of a thick book. I didn't know it was this big when I found out about it, when I put it on my TBR, when I decided to get it from the library, okay? This is a big book, okay? She's like 450 something pages, I think. Did take me a hot minute to read. I think about 2 weeks. So I've been reading this book for a hot minute. I finally finished it like the other day, and girl, I've never been happier. Finishing this book felt like such an accomplishment, but I think I also rated this 5 stars, and I did, and I loved every second of it. When I tell you I was bawling at the end, oh my gosh, the end of this book. I love this book so much. Like, I have to buy the physical copy for myself for my bookshelf because, y'all, I love this book. I also can't say too many good things about this because I loved it so much. Like, everything I say is gonna be a good thing. This book is by Andy Weir, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I've never read a book by him. I've never really read a sci-fi book before, so I was kind of on the fence about this book, but I picked it up, and from like the first chapter, I knew I was gonna love it. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know what it reminds me of, but I love this book. If you're thinking about reading it, but you're not, like, if you're trying to get into that little sci-fi genre type situation, I feel like this is a great book to start with, even though it's kind of thick, kind of chunky. I loved every second of this book, from the beginning to the freaking end. I loved the characters. The plot was epic. And, like, who doesn't want to read about being in space? Like, what? So yeah, Project Hail Mary, I love this book. Definitely have to purchase it because this was a 5-star read, and I feel like I would recommend this book to anybody because it was sciencey. I liked that I also learned something from this book. So it was sciencey. Science wasn't my best subject in school, so I had to look up some terms, but after you look them up, you kind of get used to them talking about it so much, and then like you learn new things, so that's a bonus. But like just the plot, just like the story in general, I loved it so much. I love Rylan Grace and I love Rocky. I literally loved everybody, and I like how through the story it's him regaining his memory. Like, I feel like that was so smart. Maybe that's just me, but I loved every second of this book, every chapter, even though it was long and it kind of took a little while for me to read. I loved every page. Like, I don't regret it. Like, I loved this book. I gave this 5 stars. So that's all I've read so far this month. Hopefully I read a little more, a little faster. But yeah, so far really good month because I've only had 5 stars, and I don't think I give out 5 stars too easily. But it's been a really good month for me, and I've been obsessed with everything I've read. So there's the update. Hopefully we have some more good reads this month because that'd be kind of epic. I'd really appreciate if I did that for myself. So yeah, so far June, 10 out of 10. Like, hi guys, today is June 19th, and a few days ago I finished Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I gave it a 4-star on Goodreads, but I would give it like a 4.5. It was actually a really fun read. I'm not sure if I liked that one more than the first one, but definitely really like the second one. I'm gonna continue with the series. I really like this one. I just wanted to give you the update. There's really not more to say about it. But yeah, this one was different than the first one, but like kind of similar. I don't really know how to explain it. You just gotta read it, but like I still enjoyed it nonetheless. But like the third one, I kind of hope it's a little different, but I don't know what the third one's about. Like who it's about. So yeah, finish Killer Instinct. Great read. If you're interested in the series, you should read the series because I'm honestly enjoying it so far. So yeah, that's the vibes. Finish Killer Instinct. Yeah. I feel like I look so bald. Can y'all tell that I like read? Okay, that's not even the point of this video. I have a ton of updates because today is June 23rd, and I don't really remember the last time I updated y'all, but I've read quite a few books since then. So I think the last book I told y'all about was Killer Instinct. After Killer Instinct, I finished Heartstopper #1, which, if you don't know, is a little graphic novel about a gay couple, basically, essentially, or one's out and then one's figuring himself out, so they kind of do that together. Eventually they get together. That's not a spoiler, everybody knows that. So period. It's about this gay couple, how they maneuver, one being fully out and then one being, you know, new to the whole queer community, all that situation. So I read the first one, gave it a 4-star. It's a graphic novel. Literally you can fly through the whole series in one sitting. I read like one book each day, so you could do that because I did that. I love the characters, I love the plot, I love the premise, I like the, you know, awareness it has going on for like queer, the whole like community or whatever. I like how, you know, they're gay and they're open about it, and just, I don't know, I feel like if you're, you know, not as educated on that topic, I feel like the book's a fun way to kind of see from other people's point of view. So if you're interested in that, they're also just really cute together. So I read the first one, and then I read Heartstopper #2, which I gave 4.5. So yeah, I liked it. It wasn't like 5-star, even though I, you know, flew through it. It is a graphic novel. They're all graphic novels, so yeah. But the second one, I did give it a 4.5. The first one was a solid 4. So there's that. I did like the second one a little better. And then I read the third one, the third Heartstopper, which I actually really liked, but I also gave that one a solid 4. I didn't like it. Well, I really did like it, just not as much as the second one. So yeah, and then I read the fourth one. Okay, so the fourth one, I also gave it a 4-star. They're really good graphic novels. I don't know what else to say. Like, I feel like 4 stars is like the perfect rating because I love the characters and I do think about them a lot, but I just read you know, majority of the series, so like that's probably just because I read it so recently. I don't know if I will continue to think about it like as life goes on and as I continue reading other books, but as of right now they're on my mind. So I feel like 4 stars is like the perfect rating for this series for me. No less, no more. So 4 stars for the 4th one. That was fun. And then I literally just finished a few minutes ago Normal People. Y'all, I did not enjoy this book at all. I can't even, and as you can see, I tried to tab this book and you can see they literally stopped because I was just ready to finish this book. Like, I didn't enjoy it at all, and I probably won't be reading any more Sally Rooney. I wasn't a fan of the writing. I didn't really even like Connell or Marianne at all. I hate this cover. Like, the other covers kind of slay, like the UK version. This version, when I bought it, I thought it was just like random lines, but now that I look at it, y'all, these are faces. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Those are clearly eyeballs and eyebrows. Like, what was going through my brain? Because they obviously look like people, but when I picked it up, I was like, oh cool, just like abstract kind of vibe, green, blue, whatever. Nah, those are people, so the cover kind of creeped me out a little bit. I don't really like how it looks. Yeah, didn't like the characters, didn't like the writing. I gave it 1 star. I didn't enjoy this at all, but I mean, if you're interested in it, go ahead and read it. I feel like also the synopsis like has nothing to do with what's inside the book. Like, yeah, I hate how it was written. It honestly didn't make much sense to me. I did read all of it though, and I tried to annotate it. I really did, because I thought maybe it's not making sense in my brain because I'm not annotating it. So I started, you know, trying to annotate, tab, whatever. No, it wasn't working. And then I just hate Connell, and I don't hate Marianne, I just don't enjoy her presence. And I just didn't like Connell. Connell was just getting on my nerves. So, with that being said, I did not enjoy this book as much, but maybe you'll enjoy it. Don't let me make you not read it. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're interested in reading this book, I say do your thing. So that's the update. We still have a few days left in the month, and I do want to finish a few more books, so we'll see if I actually finish them. I'm gonna be going out of town at the end of this month, so we'll see how I wrap up this video. Hopefully I can get it done before I leave. But yeah, that's the update. I've read some really good books and some not so good books, so yeah, so much for those 5 stars at the beginning of the month. Hi guys, it is June 28th today, which is basically kind of the end of the month. I leave to go out of town tomorrow, so I have to finish this video so I can edit it, upload it before I leave tomorrow morning. So the last book that I finished this month was The Giver. I gave it 4.5 stars. That was a reread for me. I loved it. I loved it more than I read it the first time, which was in grade school, so that makes total sense. But I like the whole dystopian vibe, and now I'm just in the dystopian feel and want to read every single dystopian book on the planet. I loved it. Immediately after I finished it, I watched a movie, which made me love it even more. Love the movie. So I love The Giver. You should read it, honestly, because I really enjoyed that book. That was the last book. I've started a bunch of books this month. I'm in the process of reading a bunch of books right now as we speak. I'm not sure if they'll be done before the end of the month though, so if they are, I'll let you know. But as of right now, this is my June wrap up. This month, from the looks of it, we read 10 books. This is a little glimpse of what my month looked like, minus the natural series. I'm pretty sure I started using a new app and it makes this freaking calendar, which is so freaking cute, but I didn't log the natural series on there, so it's not on there. So there should be 8 books on this, and then plus the naturals and Killer Instinct. So that's what my month looked like. I hope you enjoyed today's video because I enjoyed making it. If you liked it, you should subscribe, and if you didn't like it, you should find another video on my channel, subscribe after that one, and I'll see you guys next time I post, which will be after my vacation. Bye. I hope you guys have a happy 4th if you're watching this when this comes out, or it'd be kind of crazy if you weren't, because like it wouldn't be July. But I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys next time I post. Bye. Bye guys.